A clash between eras. Imagine for a moment that someone from the Middle Ages, or even from ancient Rome, suddenly opened their eyes in our world today. They would see lights that never go out, voices that emerge from small glowing rectangles, machines flying like birds, and even people speaking with something invisible called artificial intelligence. To us, these are everyday experiences. To them, it would be nothing short of sorcery, or perhaps a nightmare. The contrast between the past and the present is not only technological, it is psychological. What we call progress today could easily be interpreted as dark magic or divine intervention centuries ago. But this opens a fascinating question. Which technologies of our present world would terrify our ancestors the most? Medicine and science, miracles or dark magic? One of the clearest examples is medicine. For most of human history, an infected wound or a fever meant almost certain death. Today, with a simple antibiotic pill, the same infection is gone in days. For someone from the 14th century, watching a dying patient recover in less than a week would seem like a miracle beyond comprehension. Antibiotics and vaccines. To our ancestors, invisible creatures called bacteria or viruses would have sounded insane. And the idea that injecting a weaker form of a disease could protect you from death. They would likely see it as dangerous witchcraft. Anesthesia and modern surgery. Centuries ago, surgeries were performed with no pain control. Patients were tied down, screaming in agony, while surgeons raced against shock and blood loss. Today, a person can be cut open, their organs operated on, and then wake up hours later with no memory of pain. To a medieval mind, this would be either terrifying sorcery or proof of divine power. Genetic engineering and cloning. Imagine explaining to someone from the 1700s that humans can now alter the very code of life. That scientists can create copies of animals in a lab, or modify plants and even human embryos. For them, this would be crossing into the realm of the gods. Would they admire us as miracle workers, or fear us as monsters tampering with nature itself? Communication and artificial intelligence. Voices from nowhere. If medicine would look like magic, communication would feel like possession. In the past, to send a message from one city to another could take days, weeks, or months. Today, with the push of a button, you can send a message across the globe in less than a second. The internet, billions of voices, images, and knowledge flowing through invisible waves in the air. A medieval villager, watching you summon voices, faces, and libraries of knowledge from a small glowing device, would likely believe you were invoking spirits. Artificial intelligence, talking to a machine that can answer questions, create images, write stories, and even simulate human conversation would be beyond comprehension. For our ancestors, it would feel like speaking with a demon, an oracle, or some supernatural entity. Television and holograms, to see moving images of people who are not present, faces of the dead, actors portraying stories. This alone could terrify someone from a world where only firelight illuminated the night. To us, AI and digital media are powerful tools. To them, it would be nothing less than sorcery made real. Machines, space, and the power of energy. If communication and medicine would shock them, machines would terrify them. Airplanes and rockets. The dream of flying has haunted humanity for millennia. Today, not only do we fly faster than birds, but we have left the Earth itself. To an ancient observer, a rocket lifting into the sky would look like a fiery god ascending to the heavens. Robotics and drones, machines that walk, speak, and fight would surely be seen as terrifying creatures. A drone hovering in the sky, silent and observing, would be mistaken for a spirit or angel, or perhaps a demon. Nuclear energy. This is where terror becomes real. The power to light entire cities with a single reactor, or to destroy entire nations with a single bomb, would reveal to people of the past that humans had harnessed forces far beyond nature. The sheer destructive power would not just terrify them, it would horrify them. To them, we would not be ordinary humans. We would be gods, sorcerers, or monsters. De fear of de non. Looking at these comparisons, one thing becomes clear. Fear often comes from what we do not understand. In the past, everything unexplained was interpreted as divine, magical, or demonic. But here is the twist. Even today, with all our scientific knowledge, we still experience the same fear of the unknown. Artificial intelligence is advancing so rapidly that many are afraid of losing control over it. Genetic manipulation raises questions about ethics and the essence of life. Nuclear energy still carries the shadow of destruction. So perhaps the true lesson is this. The line between wonder and terror is not defined by technology itself, but by our ability to understand and control it. What about you? We live in a world where everyday miracles have become ordinary. But what would terrify the people of the past might also be the very things we should approach with caution today. So, I ask you, which modern invention do you think would terrify people from the past the most? Would it be artificial intelligence, nuclear power, or perhaps something as simple as the smartphone in your hand? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's explore together the fascinating clash between the past and the present.